scrappy friends, Helen here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have one sketch three ways. So this is a monthly hop with myself and my two friends Sarah and Jackie, and we use a sketch either designed by one of us or sometimes we pick a page maps one. This month it's a sketch designed by myself, and I'll show you that when we get to the desk. But before we get to that, if you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I have posted something. Also, if you don't follow Sarah or Jackie, when you hop on over to their channels, please give them a subscribe too. If you enjoy the video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed. And if you're not sure what to say, just pop an emoji for the sake of engagement. I've got pictures from Florence today. So, I don't know, something Italy. Florence, wine, Tuscany. So yeah, that all out the way. Let's get scrapping.
Okay, so I'm going to be using Vicki, Boutin, Bold and Bright. There's my sketch. It's actually, the sketch is based on the layout that I had scrap lifted for last week's Groundhog Day. So it may look familiar with the layout there. I'm just going through the paper pad, just deciding on my layers. I go straight off with this blue one with the, I think they were stars. I can't really tell on the screen. Might just be dots. And then I use this scrap of a piece with the hearts on for my panel. Anybody who's watched me knows I don't like the perforated bits when you pull papers out of paper pads, so I was just trimming the perforation off there. I've left it the length of what the scrap was for the hearts and just cut it down. I think it was 8 inches. I then decided I'm going to mat this, so I'm just cutting this down to 11.5 inch square. I did 3/4 first of all, and then decided no, I'm doing half and just cut a little bit more off there. So, and I'm backing it onto some pink cardstock from my stash. This is textured, so it's either basil or a really old Stampin' Up one. So I then decide I want to actually put a little bit more dimension on this. So I'm just adding this foam to the back of the pattern paper panel. So just cutting these pieces of foam up to add there, and then I'm going to stick that down as the panel to the page. I also add some foam to the back of some of the photos, and you'll see me do that as I go through. I do keep this pretty much to the sketch. When I put those sort of coffee rings on the sketch, I was thinking of the washi that I actually use there. So it is pretty much to the sketch, but my embellishments tucked under the panel at the bottom right do end up a little bit bigger. But again, you're gonna see that in a minute. So these photos are from our trip to Italy in November, visiting myself, my sister and her husband, and we did a day trip where we went to Florence and then we came back via Pisa. But because of the trains, there was a unscheduled train strike that day. The train crews were protesting over the treatment of staff because a conductor, I think it was, had been killed on a train earlier in the week. So there was a impromptu train strike for the train crews were protesting that how the safety of the drivers. So it's one of those where it was a bit of a pain and affected our day quite badly, but you couldn't really be too upset with the reasons behind the strike. We There's a photo there. We kept on taking pictures of every time how late we were coming up on the screen, because they were also putting up on the screens how you could claim compensation. So we were just making sure we knew how late it was for that. It's just basically getting the ticket prices back. We ended up being 2 hours late with this train, and then the train from Pisa to Rome was also a couple of hours late, and we didn't get back to Rome till like 1 in the morning or something like that. So yeah, so that's why that photo's there. But we made it. We made it to Florence. We had an amazing day in Florence, and then tea in Pisa before sitting in the station for 2 hours waiting for a train back. But more about that later. So this is just it's us on the train and us getting to that main square in Florence where the big cathedral is. And yes, I do spell Florence wrong. I do A instead of E. So yeah, I still need to fix it actually. So the photos close-ups at the end will have Florence spelt wrong as well. I'm so dippy. I usually spell check my titles, and for some reason I didn't do that on this one. I have no idea why. I usually do. But yeah, so I do use the stickers out of this project pack for the title, and this goes down and then comes off because it's too long, and then I arrange it where the letters are overlapping a bit, and then as I stick it down back onto the page they're not overlapping as much. But I do get there in the end with Florence spelt incorrectly in the space I want it in, so you'll see that shortly. I'm just going to lift it back up now and faff about getting the letters how I want them. There are going to be quite a few pages in the album for Florence because as in, the first day in Rome, we did quite a bit. So this is just the first for a few pages. So you can see I've added some of the washi, like paint rings with the splat stickers behind a couple of the photos. Cut it in half because you're only going to see some of it. And so I've said it before, don't be afraid to cut your embellishments up if you're not going to see the whole thing. You can cut them up and use them in multiple places. I've also put the real stuff sticker. I ended up swapping the bottom two photos around so I could get that real stuff sticker in a place where it made sense on the layout, pointing at the delay on the screen. And I have added a few bits to the bottom layer. You can see there's like not a journal, a border sticker and a ticket and another one of those washi paint rings with the splats on. So yeah, just getting the title back down now. And I promise I will correct that A for an E before it goes in an album. I've got no great rush on that because I haven't actually got an album to put this in yet. So I'm just going through the papery pack here. I really liked this piece. So, you know, you find something you like, you stop looking. That's something that I picked up from Shamel. Don't keep on going through. Just if you like it, use it. So yeah, so I thought this was quite good for going in this spot here for my journaling. I like the banner down here and the it's not a straight edge like everything else on the page already. And then I choose this other piece from the papery, which has got this big arrow on, which I liked as my anchor point the for the embellishment cluster there at the bottom right on that bottom layer. I don't add very much more to this now, I don't think. Just going to get everything stuck down. I don't remember adding much more. That washi does get moved. Oh, there we go. No, I've already moved it. With this border, I wanted the white background on it, and I didn't want to faff around sticking it to pattern paper and then fussy cutting it. So I have just stuck it down on the backing paper and hope it stays. And then oh, here we go. I've had a label at the top to pop the date on, and then I'm just adding a little bit of glue to those alphas. So that's going to be fun getting the A up to swap it with an E. And I'm just going through just for looking for some scattery bits, which I decide not to use. I'm just making sure there's nothing else to add. Oh, just a label sticker there added to the cluster, and then is it some gold? It's gold hearts. I'm just scattering around, and then we are done. I know I've not put sticker sheet down yet, but we are done. I don't get anything else from any of these. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching. Please hop on over to Sarah and Jackie's and show them some love too. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.